I want you to meet Marv Simkowski. He's from Stevens Point. He says at this point he's undecided. Marv, welcome.
Thank you both. My son Jason was a former Marine who was killed by overprescription of medication while he was an inpatient at the VA facility in Tomah, Wisconsin. Every day you see stories in the news about people all over Wisconsin, people from rural areas, big cities, and small towns who are addicted to opioids and heroin.
Yeah.
There is bipartisan legislation in front of Congress right now named after my son, which would in part require stronger opiate prescribing guidelines for VA providers.
Yeah.
Will you support this bipartisan legislation, and do you support requiring stronger opiate prescribing guidelines, not only for the VA, but for doctors across this country?
Well, Marv, thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for your son's service and his sacrifice. I'm sorry that you lost your son, Jason. And this is a tragedy we're seeing across the country. We're seeing veterans coming back, struggling with PTSD, struggling to get their health care needs treated properly. We're seeing a VA that is dysfunctional, a VA that is lying. One of the things we need is real accountability in the VA. I give you my word, if I am president, there will be accountability in the VA. Those that have lied, those that have wrongfully denied care, they will be terminated, and if they broke the law, they will be prosecuted. We also need reform in the VA so that veterans have the power to choose their own doctors. Whether they want to choose the VA or a private doctor, there's no reason your son Jason couldn't have gone to the doctor down the street. Now, I agree with you. We need greater scrutiny, greater involvement preventing opioid abuse. You look at the prevalence of heroin, and I would note this is a tragedy. Roughly 50,000 people a year die of drug overdoses. More people in America die of drug overdoses than die in car crashes. And, Marv, I'm sorry to say you and I are both members of a horrible club because I lost my sister Miriam to a drug overdose. And so I've seen firsthand, and it started where she was in a car accident, and she got prescribed painkillers. And she kept on taking the painkillers, and then she started taking stronger, and she started taking stronger. And Miriam led a difficult and troubled life. She made a lot of very poor decisions. And then just a few years ago, she took too many pills one night, and her son came in and found her dead. This is an epidemic that is destroying families across America. I'm sorry for your family's loss. I'm sorry. My nephew Joey, her son, someone I'm really proud of. He's endured his mom's difficult journey, and he's working a good job. He's a terrific young man. But we need a federal government that focuses on stopping this drug abuse, whether it is prescription drug abuse or whether it is illegal narcotics like heroin. And one of the most important ways to stop that, unfortunately, my sister Miriam ended up going down the path of crack cocaine and drugs that destroyed her life. One of the ways to prevent that is we need to secure the border. We need to get serious about stopping the incredible flow from Mexican drug cartels that are poisoning our kids. And you have my commitment as president. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to make empty promises. But we are going to devote the full resources of the federal government to finally securing the border, stopping illegal immigration, but stopping the deluge of drugs that is coming into this country and destroying the lives of people all across this country.